probably on his radar. So God knows who is, he accused everyone else of doing everything horrible.
Freedom of speech only matters when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning. Today, Tom Parker Bowles, dropping absolute bombshells about his mother. It is getting nuclear now, Steve. Yeah, Carl, nuclear doesn't even begin to describe this royal family meltdown unfolding right before our eyes. He's gone. No reconciliation, no forgiveness, not even a courtesy call to Buckingham Palace. Tom Parker Bowles has cut all ties with Queen Camilla, and the timing couldn't be more catastrophic. Why? Because a shocking DNA test just revealed the truth about Camilla's own paternity, and the results are sending shockwaves through the monarchy. Oh, and royal biographers are now involved, reportedly scrambling to rewrite history books that could turn this family drama into a constitutional crisis. So what exactly did this DNA test show that has the royal family in panic mode? Why is Tom suddenly distancing himself from his mother like she's radioactive? Stick around, the plot is thicker than royal blood. But first, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single update in this wild royal family implosion. Did you just subscribe? Awesome. Let's dive into this royal mess. It started like any ordinary family research project. Tom Parker Bowles, respected food critic and son of Queen Camilla, reportedly took one of those ancestry DNA tests. You know, the kind millions of people take every day just for fun. But what happened next was anything but ordinary. Tom was on that cooking show last month saying how proud he was of his heritage. "I've always been fascinated by my family history on both sides," he said with that trademark, aristocratic smile. "I thought I knew exactly where I came from. But that smile has vanished." According to multiple sources close to the royal family, Tom received results that indicated Queen Camilla's biological father was not Major Bruce Shand, as everyone had believed for over 75 years. Yeah, this DNA test apparently revealed that Camilla's actual biological father was someone completely different, a man with connections to the highest levels of British aristocracy, and with secret ties to the royal family itself. Translation: the entire royal lineage just got complicated. Tom reportedly confronted his mother with these results at a private meeting at Clarence House 2 weeks ago. Witnesses describe hearing raised voices and emotional exchanges before Tom stormed out, visibly shaken. Since that day, complete radio silence between mother and son. One palace insider told us, "This isn't just about family secrets. There are serious constitutional questions about bloodlines and succession that could rock the monarchy to its core." And as if that wasn't explosive enough, royal watchers started connecting the dots. You heard that right. According to several royal journalists, this paternity revelation potentially explains why King Charles was so determined to marry Camilla, despite all the obstacles and public disapproval. "It's like the pieces of a puzzle suddenly falling into place," said one royal expert who requested anonymity. "If Camilla's biological father is who we now think it is, it would rewrite decades of royal history. Remember how the Queen was initially against Charles marrying Camilla? Yeah, theories like that get a whole new meaning when you consider what DNA might have revealed behind palace walls. And guess what? As soon as whispers of this DNA test began circulating, Tom Parker Bowles vanished from public life. No one saw it coming. One day he's at a book signing promoting his latest cookbook, and the next, gone. No scheduled appearances, no social media updates, not even a comment through his publisher. According to sources within Tom's inner circle, he's gone completely off-grid at a friend's estate in Scotland. And this wasn't some planned vacation. Insiders say he felt blindsided, betrayed, and unprepared for the identity crisis this DNA bombshell triggered. The test results, the confrontation with his mother, the implications for the royal family. It was all too much. So he cut ties completely. Some say he's already consulted lawyers about legally changing his surname. Others say he's preparing a tell-all memoir that would make Prince Harry's Spare look like a bedtime story. What's clear? His relationship with Queen Camilla appears irreparably damaged, and the ripple effects are just beginning to hit Buckingham Palace. And social media? Oh, it's melting down. As rumors of this family fracture spread, hashtags started trending instantly. Royal DNA scandal. Not her son. Camilla secrets. One viral tweet read, "If your entire identity was built on a lie, wouldn't you distance yourself too?" Another said, "Tom deserves better than decades of deception. Maybe now we'll get the whole truth about the Windsor-Parker Bowles connection." Critics are calling this the biggest royal cover-up since the abdication crisis. royal. Commentators argue that this paternity question raises serious concerns about who knew what and when. But others? They think this could get even worse. Palace PR teams are reportedly in full-on crisis mode. Sources say that top royal advisors are working around the clock on damage control because, let's be honest, this isn't the first family secret the royals have tried to bury, but it might be the first time DNA evidence has blown the lid off generations of carefully constructed narratives. Book publishers are circling. Documentary filmmakers are pitching projects. The royal family is scrambling. Some insiders claim King Charles himself is now trying to act as mediator between his wife and stepson to prevent further family implosion. But with DNA evidence involved, that reconciliation might be impossible. I want the truth to finally come out, one of Tom's friends reportedly told a British tabloid. There's something in those royal bloodlines that they've been hiding for generations. This isn't just another celebrity family drama. This is a potential rewriting of modern royal history. It's about identity, legitimacy, and whether the British monarchy can survive yet another scandal that challenges its very foundations. The royal biographer Penelope Hartwick-Smythe didn't mince words when interviewed yesterday. This revelation creates legitimate questions about Camilla's rapid rise from mistress to queen. If her biological father was indeed connected to the royal family as these DNA results suggest, it paints the entire Charles-Diana-Camilla triangle in a completely different light. And the royal experts aren't stopping there. Historians are now reportedly re-examining photographs, letters, and diaries from the 1940s, looking for clues that might have been missed about Camilla's true paternity. The physical resemblance is undeniable once you know what to look for, said royal historian Malcolm Thornbridge. Compare photographs of Camilla with her supposed father, and then with this other gentleman from the aristocracy. The evidence has been hiding in plain sight all along. Whether Tom eventually reconciles with his mother or not, this moment has already changed the royal family forever. The DNA doesn't lie, the family bonds are fractured, and now the public and historians alike are watching every development with renewed scrutiny. Will Tom break his silence with a tell-all interview? Will more royal family secrets come to light through other DNA revelations? And will Queen Camilla be forced to publicly address her true paternity, or continue the generations of secrecy? According to sources close to Tom, he's currently working with genealogists to trace this newly discovered biological lineage, potentially uncovering even more shocking connections to other prominent British families. This isn't just about Tom and Camilla anymore, said one royal expert. If these DNA results show what we think they do, there could be ripple effects throughout the aristocracy. Other families might discover their histories aren't what they believed either. Some royal watchers believe this explains why Camilla was so determined to marry into the royal family despite all the obstacles. It wasn't just love, suggested one commentator. If her biological father was who we now think, she may have felt entitled to that position all along. Palace insiders report that King Charles is deeply concerned about the impact this revelation is having on the already fragile public perception of the monarchy. Coming so soon after Harry and Meghan's departure and Prince Andrew's scandals, this is the last thing the king needed, said one source. Genealogists are now reportedly inundated with requests from members of the public who believe they might be related to this newly revealed royal connection. Everyone wants to know if they're somehow connected to this secret branch of the family tree, said one DNA testing expert. But the real question remains, what will Tom do next? Will he use this revelation to forge a new identity completely separate from the royal circus? Or will he leverage this bombshell for a Netflix deal that would make The Crown look like a children's fairy tale?
Prince Harry is addressing those rumors about his real father. For decades, there has been speculation that Princess Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, is the 38-year-old's dad, not King Charles III.
For decades, rumors have swirled around the British royal family regarding Prince Harry's paternity. The speculation, fueled by his red hair and physical differences from his brother William, became a persistent tabloid narrative that the palace firmly denied. Now, an explosive revelation has reportedly shattered the fragile peace between Harry and his royal relatives. What DNA discovery could possibly drive the already estranged prince to make a final, irrevocable break with his past? The truth is more stunning than even the most sensational tabloid dared to print. According to sources close to the situation, Harry received the test results during a video consultation with his physician. As the doctor began discussing a specific genetic marker, Harry reportedly stopped him mid-sentence. visibly shocked by information visible on his screen. The consultation ended abruptly, with Harry requesting all his results be sent to him immediately for private review. He ended the call and just sat in complete silence for nearly an hour, one insider claimed. Meghan found him still staring at the results when she returned from taking Archie to his playgroup. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. The genetic profile reportedly contained markers inconsistent with the Windsor genetic line, but remarkably similar to another well-known figure from Princess Diana's past, one whose relationship with Harry's mother had long been the subject of speculation. The James Hewitt question finally answered. For decades, the most persistent rumor about Harry's paternity centered on James Hewitt, the former cavalry officer with whom Princess Diana had a 5-year affair in the late 80s and early 90s. The timing of their relationship, combined with Harry's red hair, similar to Hewitt's, fueled endless speculation despite consistent denials from all parties. Hewitt himself had repeatedly stated that his relationship with Diana began in 1986, 2 years after Harry's birth in 1984, making it biologically impossible for him to be Harry's father. This timeline, confirmed by Diana's friends and royal biographers, seemed to definitively rule out Hewitt. But according to sources familiar with Harry's genetic test results, the truth appears far more complicated. The DNA markers reportedly indicate that Hewitt is indeed Harry's biological father, contradicting the long-held official timeline of when Diana and Hewitt's relationship began. This revelation suggests that Diana and Hewitt may have had a brief earlier relationship or encounter, preceding or coinciding with the early troubled years of her marriage to Charles, a possibility never before confirmed or even seriously considered by royal historians. The timing would have been during a period when Charles had resumed his relationship with Camilla and Diana was deeply unhappy, noted one royal biographer who requested anonymity. It's not implausible that Diana might have sought comfort elsewhere, though this earlier connection to Hewitt has never been documented. Harry's emotional reckoning. For Harry, the reported discovery has triggered a profound emotional crisis that goes beyond the question of his biological father. According to friends, this revelation has forced him to reevaluate his entire life story, including his relationship with the royal family and particularly with King Charles. Harry is processing the fact that people around him, potentially including Charles himself, may have known the truth all along, said one source close to the Sussexes. Every interaction, every cold shoulder, every perceived slight now looks different through this lens. Was he treated differently because they knew? Was the spare designation even more literal than he thought? The timing of this discovery has reportedly been especially painful given the contents of Harry's memoir, Spare, published in 2023. In the book, Harry wrote extensively about his complicated relationship with Charles, his feelings of being overlooked, and his desperate desire for his father's approval and affection. He poured his heart out about his relationship with a man who may have always known he wasn't his biological father, the source continued. That realization is devastating. Most poignant was Harry's reported reaction to photos of himself with Charles. According to those close to him, Harry spent hours reviewing old photographs, looking for genuine connection or signs of emotional distance that might have been invisible to him before. The final break. While Harry has maintained public silence about these revelations, his actions speak volumes about his response. Within weeks of reportedly receiving the test results, Harry is said to have consulted with constitutional lawyers about his technical status within the royal family, begun the process of legally changing his children's surnames from Mountbatten-Windsor to simply Sussex, instructed his foundation to remove all references to his royal heritage from their materials, returned private family heirlooms to Buckingham Palace via courier, including items received from Queen Elizabeth II. Most significantly, Harry reportedly sent a formal letter to the palace renouncing any remaining claims or connections to the royal family. While not technically a requirement, as he remains sixth in line to the throne regardless of biological parentage, having been born during Charles and Diana's marriage, this symbolic gesture represents his complete psychological break from his former life. This isn't about legal status for Harry, explained one confidant. It's about identity. He's making a clean break with an institution he now feels was built on lies, at least where he's concerned. Meghan and the children. Throughout this crisis, Meghan Markle has reportedly been Harry's steadfast supporter. According to friends, she viewed the news not as a scandal, but as a piece of clarity that explains much about how Harry was treated within the royal family. Meghan told Harry that DNA doesn't change who raised him or who his children's grandfather is, one source claimed. But she also supports his need to process this truth and make decisions based on it. She's giving him space to figure out what it means for him. For Archie and Lilibet, still too young to understand the complexity of the situation, the practical changes have been minimal. Sources indicate that Harry and Meghan have decided to delay any specific explanations until the children are older, focusing instead on creating stability amid the internal family turmoil. Harry has reportedly become even more protective of his children's privacy, implementing additional security measures around their home and activities. Friends suggest this stems from a fear that the children might become targets of media fixation if the paternity information becomes public. Harry's primary concern is protecting Archie and Lilibet from experiencing anything like what he went through, said one source. If anything, this has made him even more determined to build a life completely removed from royal scrutiny. James Hewitt's response. While Hewitt himself has maintained public silence, sources claiming to be familiar with his reaction describe him as stunned and conflicted. Though he had always denied being Harry's father, these sources suggest he may have privately wondered, given the timing of certain events. A former military colleague of Hewitt's told a British newspaper that Hewitt had occasionally made comments about Harry's military career that seemed unusually proud and specific. He followed Harry's service in Afghanistan with particular interest, the colleague noted. He collected news clippings about Harry's military achievements. We thought it was just because of the Diana connection, but perhaps there was more to it. What remains unclear is whether Hewitt would welcome a relationship with Harry at this stage. The two men have reportedly never had a significant conversation, despite moving in adjacent social circles during Harry's life in Britain. Any potential relationship would be complicated by Hewitt's past decisions to profit from his connection to Diana through tell-all interviews and books. James has carried this secret, or at least this question, for almost 40 years, said one longtime acquaintance. Whether he knew the truth or just suspected it, he's now facing the consequences of choices made decades ago. The path forward. For Harry, the path forward appears to be one of complete separation from his royal past. Friends say he is focusing intensely on his children and humanitarian work, finding purpose in building a legacy entirely his own. Harry told me he feels liberated in a way, one close friend revealed. The constant questions he had about why he never quite fit in, why he was treated differently, they finally have an answer. It's painful, but there's clarity in it. This clarity has reportedly led Harry to embrace his mother's legacy even more fully. Diana's humanitarian work, her empathy for outsiders, and her eventual break from royal constraints now serve as a template for Harry's own journey. Most poignant is Harry's reported new understanding of his mother's isolation. He told me he now understands on a much deeper level what his mother went through, said one confidant. The loneliness of carrying a truth that the institution wanted buried. He feels connected to her through that shared experience. The historical context. While unprecedented in modern times, questions of royal paternity have shaped European history for centuries. From Louis XIV to the Habsburgs, unofficial royal children and questions of legitimacy have altered the course of dynasties. What makes Harry's situation unique is the modern context. The combination of genetic testing, global media, and his pre-existing public separation from royal life. Never before has a royal figure of his prominence had both the scientific means to discover such a truth and the freedom to potentially acknowledge it publicly. Historians note that in previous eras, such questions would have remained permanently in the realm of rumor and speculation. The scientific certainty now possible creates an unprecedented situation for monarchy as an institution built on bloodline and inheritance. Throughout history, monarchies have survived wars, revolutions, and scandals, noted one historical scholar. But they've never before had to confront DNA testing and the absolute certainty it provides about biological relationships. This may ultimately prove more challenging to the concept of royal bloodlines than any political revolution. The ultimate question of identity. Beyond the constitutional implications and family drama lies the deeply personal journey of a man discovering his true identity midlife. For Harry, now in his early 40s, the reported revelation forces a fundamental reassessment of his life story. "This isn't just about who his father is," explained one psychologist who specializes in identity issues but has no connection to Harry. "It's about who he thought he was versus who he actually is." That kind of discovery forces you to re-examine every memory, every relationship, every assumption about yourself. Friends say Harry is approaching this reckoning with remarkable resilience, drawing on the personal growth he's achieved through therapy and his new life in America. Rather than being destroyed by this discovery, he appears to be integrating it into a new understanding of himself. "Harry told me that he finally feels free to be fully himself," said one associate. "Not a prince, not a duke, not a spare. Just Harry, son of Diana, father to his children, husband to Meghan." There's a profound simplicity to that identity that he finds peaceful. For a man whose life has been defined by titles, expectations, and public scrutiny, this final cutting of ties, prompted by the most personal of discoveries, may ultimately provide the clean break he's been seeking since stepping back from royal duties in 2020. In choosing to build his identity around the truth rather than inherited titles or institutional expectations, Harry appears to be following a path his mother might have recognized, choosing authenticity over tradition and personal truth over public expectation.
Our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the center ground.
King Charles has stunned the world by bestowing the prestigious title of Royal Guardian of National Heritage upon Kate Middleton, shaking the monarchy to its core. This historic decision redefines centuries-old traditions and marks a transformative moment for the royal family. For decades, this role has been associated with the monarch's spouse, but now, Kate steps into the spotlight, carrying the weight of history. Let us explore the profound implications of this unprecedented move, the new heir to a timeless role. First, the Royal Guardian of National Heritage title is not something you pick up like a souvenir. It has been traditionally reserved for the Queen Consort, and it is one of the most prestigious roles within the royal system. The fact that Camilla has been expecting it, preparing for it with dignity and determination, makes this transition even more intriguing. Kate, the Princess of Wales, has now been marked as the custodian of this legacy. That is huge. You are not just being given a title. You are inheriting expectations, duties, and a public profile that will follow you forever. This is just the beginning of a legacy that could reshape the monarchy forever. Why now? Why Kate? These are the big questions floating around. Camilla has been working diligently alongside Charles, logging hundreds of engagements every year. She has seen firsthand what it takes to be at the center of royal life. And now, at 77, she is watching as the role she believed would be hers has been passed to her daughter-in-law. By passing the baton to Kate, Charles is saying he believes in this new generation and in Kate's ability to carry on the family's mission in a way that is both modern and respectful of tradition. The timing could not be more fascinating, with King Charles facing health concerns, including reports about a recent cancer diagnosis. The monarchy's stability is under a microscope. There is an urgent need to prepare the younger royals for the responsibilities they will eventually shoulder. By giving Kate such a high-profile role now, the family is laying the groundwork for her to step up when needed. It is not just a nice gesture, it is a strategic move. Let us talk about the symbolism here. The Royal Guardian title is not just about prestige, it is about continuity. For centuries, this role has been a cornerstone of royal tradition. By giving it...
I'm 75 now, and I can't remember anybody except them.
In a shocking development that has sent tremors through Buckingham Palace, Laura Lopes, daughter of Queen Camilla, has been sentenced in a case shrouded in extraordinary secrecy. The ruling, delivered behind closed doors and absent from public court records, has resulted in her immediate removal from British soil. Palace officials have gone to unprecedented lengths to suppress details of the case, but our sources have uncovered disturbing information about what really happened. What could the Queen's daughter have done to receive such a severe sentence? And why is the royal family desperate to keep it hidden? Stay tuned, because this revelation changes everything we thought we knew about the House of Windsor. The secret hearing. On a grey Monday morning, Laura Lopes arrived at an unmarked government building in central London. Unlike the high-profile court appearances of other public figures, there were no press photographers, no waiting crowds, just an ordinary-looking entrance guarded by unusually alert security personnel. Dressed conservatively and escorted by individuals who carried no official identification, Laura was ushered through a private entrance and disappeared from public view. Inside waited what one source described as a court that doesn't officially exist. No public gallery, no court reporters, no ordinary legal procedures. The small, austere room contained only essential personnel. A judge with specialized security clearance, prosecutors with intelligence backgrounds rather than typical Crown Prosecution Service credentials, and a defense team bound by confidentiality agreements so restrictive that breaking them would constitute treason. This wasn't justice as the public understands it, revealed a source with connections to royal security protocols. This was crisis management disguised as legal proceedings. The charges against Laura, while never formally made public, centered around unauthorized access to classified royal archives, specifically, documents the monarchy had spent decades keeping from public view. According to our sources, Laura had spent years quietly collecting information that posed an existential threat to the modern monarchy's carefully crafted image. She began with simple curiosity about family history, explained someone formerly connected to Laura's household. But what she discovered led her down a path that eventually crossed lines the institution couldn't tolerate. The most sensitive materials allegedly included documents related to royal financial arrangements with foreign governments, private correspondence revealing senior royals' unfiltered opinions on political matters, and most explosively, records contradicting official narratives about key historical events involving the monarchy. During the 6-hour proceeding, Laura reportedly remained composed, speaking only when directly addressed by the judge. Unlike criminal defendants who might plead for leniency or claim mitigating circumstances, she offered no defense beyond acknowledging her actions. Those present described her demeanor not as defeated but resolute, the bearing of someone who had made peace with the consequences of a deliberate choice. The sentence, when delivered, was unprecedented for a person of her status. While not termed imprisonment in any conventional sense, the ruling mandated her immediate relocation to an undisclosed secure facility outside British territory, where she would remain indefinitely without access to communication devices, internet, or unapproved visitors. The official terminology, protective isolation for reasons of national security, barely disguised the reality. Permanent exile designed to ensure her silence. As Laura was escorted from the room through a secure exit, she reportedly turned to a senior royal official present and spoke 7 words that have haunted palace corridors since. The truth finds its way. Always. Within hours, she had been removed from British soil via military transport, her destination known only to a handful of officials with the highest security clearances. The cover-up operation. The palace's public statement, issued the following day, made no mention of any legal proceedings. It simply announced that Laura Lopes would be residing abroad indefinitely for personal reasons and requested privacy. The brevity and vagueness only fueled speculation among those who monitor royal activities closely. Behind the scenes, an elaborate operation was already underway. Teams with specialized training in evidence recovery descended on properties connected to Laura, her family home, office spaces, storage facilities, even locations registered under names not publicly associated with her. Computers were seized, documents confiscated, and storage devices removed. But the operation went far beyond simple evidence gathering. They weren't just collecting materials, revealed a source familiar with the security response. They were eliminating all trace of her, research, and by extension, her presence in royal life. Most telling was the treatment of her private study in her Wiltshire home. According to household staff who witnessed the operation, the room was systematically dismantled. Floorboards were removed, wall panels were opened, ceiling fixtures were examined for hidden compartments. The thoroughness suggested extreme concern about what might be concealed there. Yet despite this exhaustive search, key documents apparently remained unaccounted for. The most sensitive materials, what one source called the monarchy's extinction level event, were nowhere to be found, triggering alarm among those managing the containment effort. There was serious concern she had created a dead man's switch, explained a former intelligence officer with knowledge of the case. insurance files distributed to trusted allies, programmed to become public under certain conditions. This fear drove the next phase, identifying and neutralizing potential accomplices. Friends who had been close to Laura suddenly received unexpected job opportunities abroad. Associates found their visa applications mysteriously expedited. The pattern revealed a coordinated effort to distance anyone who might have served as her confidant. Particularly concerning to royal officials was Laura's long-standing friendship with an investigative journalist known for exposing government scandals. This individual abruptly announced an extended sabbatical in New Zealand shortly after Laura's removal, raising questions about whether they had been pressured into silence or were positioning themselves beyond immediate reach of British authorities. Digital traces of Laura began disappearing as well. Archives of events where she had appeared alongside royal family members were edited. Her minimal social media presence vanished overnight. Even photographs in which she appeared peripherally at royal functions were removed from official platforms and replaced with carefully cropped versions, excluding her. The goal was to gradually minimize public awareness of her existence, noted a social media expert who tracked the changes. Not an erasure so obvious it would raise questions, but a subtle dimming of her presence in royal history. The family fractures. Behind palace walls, Laura's sentence reportedly created the most severe family crisis since Harry and Meghan's departure. Queen Camilla, torn between maternal instinct and institutional duty, was described by insiders as shattered but silenced. According to sources close to the royal household, she was informed of the action against her daughter only hours before it occurred, presented not as a request for permission, but as an operational necessity already set in motion. Camilla was given the appearance of consultation, said one palace source. In reality, she was simply being prepared to accept a decision made at levels even she couldn't challenge. King Charles, meanwhile, allegedly took a firmer position supporting the action. Sources suggest he viewed Laura's activities not merely as a security concern, but as a personal betrayal, particularly regarding documents relating to Diana and the monarchy's response following her death. This difference in perspective has reportedly created a painful distance between the royal couple. The king understands the institutional necessity, explained a longtime royal advisor. But watching his wife grieve the effective loss of her daughter while being unable to offer genuine comfort has created a strain in their relationship that wasn't there before. The most volatile reaction has reportedly come from Laura's brother, Tom Parker Bowles. Unlike his more private sister, Tom has maintained a public profile as a food writer and critic while remaining connected to royal circles. According to multiple sources, he vocally opposed the action against Laura, even threatening to speak publicly about her treatment, a prospect that sent shockwaves through palace officials already managing a precarious situation. Tom had to be managed differently, revealed one source. His public profile made coercion impossible, so influence was applied through professional channels instead. Suddenly, new opportunities appeared. Publishing deals materialized. The message was clear. Cooperation would be rewarded. Resistance would carry costs. Prince William, now fully embedded in the institutional machinery of monarchy, has reportedly supported the action against his stepsister, viewing it as regrettable but necessary for the monarchy's stability. According to palace insiders, he was among those briefed on specific contents of the seized documents and recognized their potential to fundamentally damage the institution he will someday lead. Most intriguingly, Prince Harry, long removed from royal operations in his California life, has allegedly made discreet inquiries about Laura's situation through intermediaries. Sources suggest he recognized parallels between her treatment and his own experiences challenging royal protocols, with these inquiries being met with diplomatic deflection from official channels. For Queen Camilla, the situation has created an impossible position. Sources describe a woman caught between institutional obligation and maternal anguish, permitted no direct communication with her daughter since the sentencing. All information comes through official briefings provided by the same security apparatus that engineered Laura's removal. In public, she maintains composure, noted one household staff member. In private, the weight is visible. She's begun questioning the path that led her into royal life, wondering if the personal cost has become too great. Royal insiders are whispering about a moment that left Queen Camilla completely speechless. She has a very warm relationship with her daughter, which has been evident throughout the years. They have been brought closer because of recent circumstances as well. That's the thing about family bonds. They often strengthen during challenging times. Royal insiders are whispering about a moment that left Camilla and Charles completely speechless. And yes, even in tears. Laura Lopes's transformation stunned everyone behind palace walls. What really happened and why did it shake the royals so deeply? Watch till the end and don't forget to subscribe for more royal reveals. There's something special about the way Laura Lopes and Queen Camilla interact with each other. It goes beyond royal tradition or public appearances. It's about a mother who clearly sees her daughter for who she truly is. People often say you can tell a lot from a look, a touch, or a small gesture. And when Camilla and Laura are together, those small things speak volumes. One of the sweetest things many royal fans love is Camilla's personal nickname for Laura, Lolly. A delicate name that shows their close family bond despite the royal spotlight. It's not something shouted in public or meant for show. It's whispered, private, and full of affection. That's the kind of bond they share, genuine and rooted in real connection. Family transitions can also be one of the most challenging times. These moments should not be faced alone, especially when in the public eye. From Laura's wedding day to her successful art career, Camilla has always looked on with pride. But there's one event that captured the public's attention and touched Camilla so deeply, it brought tears to her eyes. It wasn't about royal duties or titles. It was about watching her daughter take a significant step. Camilla realized how much Laura had grown not just as a person, but in her role within the royal family structure. Their moments together aren't always grand or ceremonial. Sometimes it's a hand on the back, a glance shared in a crowd, or even a quick reassuring smile during a public event. Those everyday things make their relationship feel relatable even under the royal spotlight. And that's why this story matters so much. It's not just about who they are by title. It's about how much one woman has changed and how deeply that change has moved her mother. And trust us, this transformation is only just beginning. What happened next caught even King Charles by surprise. Laura Lopes has always maintained a low profile, but something shifted recently. Something even her parents didn't expect or prepare for. It wasn't just her demeanor or how she interacted with the public. It was the presence she carried. The same woman who once avoided the limelight now moved with confidence like she belonged on the world stage. Camilla has been doing everything she can to process and manage this transition privately. The moment that truly struck people came during a recent charity gala event. Laura wasn't just attending. She was engaging, speaking confidently, and showing a real understanding of her position. Charles and Camilla exchanged a glance that said everything without words. They weren't just watching Laura. They were seeing her become someone new before their eyes. It was an emotional moment, especially for Camilla. You could see it in her expression. The realization that her daughter had crossed some invisible line from private citizen to a public figure with poise and confidence. It's a transformation that hit home in ways no one saw coming, least of all Camilla herself. Royal watchers began to notice the subtle changes in recent months. The way Laura walked into events with purpose, how she engaged with dignitaries with ease. She always seemed to know exactly when to speak and when to maintain royal reserve. What made it even more powerful was that it wasn't rehearsed or forced. It was authentic and natural. Behind that poise was a quiet influence, someone who had shaped Laura's journey in a way only a mother could. We're talking about Queen Camilla, and her role is just as touching as it is important. Camilla has always been more than just a royal figure. She's a mother first and foremost. That aspect of her identity shows in everything she does with Laura and her other children. While cameras often catch the big ceremonial moments, it's the quiet ones that reveal her true parenting style. Whether it's private family gatherings or discreet words of encouragement before public appearances, Camilla has mastered the art of keeping things authentic within royal constraints. One standout moment came at a recent state dinner, when Laura looked momentarily uncertain. Instead of stepping in with rehearsed protocol, Camilla simply gave her daughter a reassuring nod. Just enough. Just in time. the perfect maternal guidance in a royal setting. She doesn't overload her daughter with royal expectations or rules. Instead, Camilla keeps it simple, making sure Laura knows what to expect without turning events into rigid performances. The result is that Laura appears natural, never forced. She doesn't look like someone trying to perform a role. She looks like someone who belongs, someone coming into her own identity within the royal framework. That's what makes Camilla's approach so special and effective. It's not about making Laura a perfect royal figure. It's about helping her grow into a confident, emotionally grounded individual, someone who can handle the royal spotlight without losing her authentic self. Camilla has always emphasized that family comes first, even with royal duties. Watching how Laura carries herself in public now, it's clear she was raised with that same mindset. But there's more to Laura's journey than just good parenting. Certain moments stood out remarkably, moments that left even royal insiders speechless and emotional. Let's examine the milestones that changed everything. Every person has significant life transitions, but when you're connected to the royal family, they often play out differently. For Laura Lopes, those transitions were more than just personal changes. They became moments of transformation that affected the entire royal dynamic. One major turning point came when she decided to take on more charitable patronages. That wasn't just a schedule change. It symbolized stepping into a more visible supporting role for the monarchy. She wasn't going alone either. She had the guidance of her mother, now queen consort, to help navigate these waters. The image of the two arriving together at official functions began to take on new meaning. It spoke of new chapters, growing confidence, and evolving roles within the royal structure. Then there were the public appearances that captured media attention. Remember when Laura first spoke confidently at an official charity event? Or those moments when she began representing the family at cultural functions related to her art expertise? You could see the pride and emotion in Camilla's expression during these occasions. But perhaps the most moving moment came during a recent Commonwealth ceremony. Laura stood with remarkable poise, navigating the complex protocols with natural grace. When she curtsied to her mother with perfect timing, there wasn't just respect in the gesture. There was a shared understanding between them. Camilla's eyes glistened with tears that she quickly composed. It was a mother seeing her daughter fully step into her place in history. That's what moved the Queen to tears. Not just Laura's outward transformation, but the inner strength it represented. Royal life isn't easy. It comes with scrutiny, expectations, and constant judgment. To see her daughter navigate it with such authenticity touched Camilla deeply. People close to the family have noticed how Laura has become a steady presence at royal gatherings. She's not just there physically, she's emotionally present, offering support to her mother during this new chapter of her life as queen. The role reversal hasn't gone unnoticed. The daughter now occasionally steadying her mother through challenging moments. One royal insider revealed how Laura has taken special care to check in on her mother during lengthy engagements. A quiet word here, a subtle hand on the arm there. These small gestures speak volumes about their evolving relationship. It's no longer just mother guiding daughter. It's two women supporting each other through life's transitions. What's even more remarkable is how Laura balances her royal adjacent role with her own career and family life. She hasn't abandoned her passion for art or her privacy. Instead, she's found a way to integrate these parts of herself. That integration is what makes her transformation so authentic and powerful. William and Kate have reportedly been impressed by Laura's natural evolution into her role. Unlike some who struggle with finding their place in relation to the monarchy, Laura has approached it with genuine care and consideration. She supports without seeking spotlight. She participates without demanding center stage. Even Prince George and Princess Charlotte have developed a special bond with Laura. She represents family connection beyond the immediate royal household. That extended family feeling is something Camilla and Charles have worked hard to nurture. The future looks bright for this mother-daughter relationship. As Camilla continues her role as queen consort, having Laura's steady support matters more than ever. And for Laura, having stepped into this new chapter with such grace, the door is open to continue her unique path. What makes their story so compelling is how it reflects universal themes. It's about a mother seeing her daughter grow into her full potential. It's about a daughter finding her authentic place in the world while honoring family legacy. These are stories that transcend royal titles. They're human stories of growth, connection, and transformation. For Camilla, those tears weren't just about Laura. They were about the journey they've shared, the private struggles, the public scrutiny, and the deeply personal victories. They were tears of recognition. The recognition that her daughter had not just survived their unusual circumstances, but had thrived and found her voice. And for royal watchers, this transformation represents something refreshing. Not a rehearsed royal role, but an authentic evolution. Laura Lopes hasn't changed who she is fundamentally. She's simply grown more comfortable expressing who she's always been, but now on a more public stage. What was your favorite moment from Laura's journey? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more touching stories about the royal family. Up next, another story that might just surprise you.
Well, I mean, I am extremely concerned. Again, I was trying to outline a 10-point action plan.
For years, the secret remained locked away, hidden in the shadows of the royal family's tightly guarded walls. A secret so powerful, it could change everything. King Charles, a monarch with a life shaped by public expectation, carried a truth that few could ever fathom. Beneath the crown and the grandeur, there was a bond that he was forced to keep in the dark. His son, a child whose very existence threatened to unravel the delicate fabric of royalty. But why? What drove a king to hide his own flesh and blood? The story behind this secret is one of love, sacrifice, and the unimaginable choices that come with wearing a crown. This is the untold truth of why King Charles had to keep his son a secret. Who is the son? The story of King Charles and his alleged secret son is one shrouded in mystery. Many have wondered, who is this child that was kept hidden from the public for so long? Well, the details around this secret son remain unclear and largely speculative, with a mix of rumors and half-truths that have spread over the years. However, one of the most prominent claims is that the child is from an affair that King Charles had during the 1980s. Some reports suggest that the child was born out of an affair King Charles had with a woman who was not Princess Diana or Camilla Parker Bowles. Yet, despite the rumors, there has never been any official confirmation of the son's identity. What we do know is that this child was allegedly kept away from the public eye, and any trace of him was wiped from the royal family's official history. While the exact details about the son are hard to pin down, speculation has linked the child to King Charles's earlier years when he was already married to Diana, or even earlier when his relationship with Camilla was less public. For some, the idea of a secret son is not entirely shocking, given the royal family's long history of maintaining a certain image and protecting their personal lives from public scrutiny. But why would a member of the royal family, particularly someone as high profile as King Charles, choose to keep a child in the shadows? What could possibly be the reason for such secrecy? Why was he kept a secret? The question of why this son was kept a secret is both complex and, in many ways, heartbreaking. King Charles, like all members of the royal family, was bound by the unspoken rules of monarchy, where image and reputation are everything. The royal family's primary concern is maintaining an image of perfection. Royal protocol dictates that every action, every word, and even every relationship be carefully controlled to ensure there is no scandal. A royal scandal, especially one involving an illegitimate child, could threaten the very foundation of the monarchy. For Charles, revealing the existence of a son born out of an affair could have been disastrous. It would have brought intense media scrutiny, undermined his already strained relationship with Princess Diana, and sparked public outrage. The British monarchy is an institution built on tradition, and any deviation from that tradition is viewed as a threat. A secret child could have complicated the line of succession and the delicate balance of power within the royal family. Beyond the public image, there was also the issue of security. Royals live under constant threat, and a child, especially one with a questionable background, could have been vulnerable. In a world where the media would go to extreme lengths to dig into personal matters, exposing the son's existence could have endangered both him and his family. So, keeping the child a secret seemed to be the only logical option for King Charles and the royal family. It allowed them to shield themselves from the harsh glare of the media and protect their public persona at all costs. The story of concealment. But how did King Charles go about hiding this son? The royal family is known for its ability to keep secrets, and this one was no exception. The story of concealment is as much about strategy as it is about secrecy. First, it's important to understand that royal lives are not like ordinary lives. Members of the royal family have access to vast resources, including personal security teams and staff who are sworn to secrecy. The child's birth, if indeed it happened, was likely kept under tight wraps. He could have been raised far away from the public eye, perhaps in another country or under the guise of a distant relative. What is even more fascinating is the fact that King Charles could have continued his life as though nothing had happened. His public appearances, interviews, and royal duties were all unaffected. The child was likely kept hidden from the media, and any records relating to his existence were sealed. Perhaps even those closest to King Charles and the royal family never knew about this secret. Despite the level of secrecy, the question remains, why take such measures? King Charles had to know that the truth would eventually come out. The longer the secret remained hidden, the more difficult it would be to keep it under wraps. But for him, the cost of revealing the truth may have been far greater than the cost of concealment. Reasons behind the secret. The royal family's reputation is everything. They are not just public figures. They represent an institution that has stood for centuries. Every member of the family is expected to act with the utmost decorum and to maintain a flawless image at all times. A scandal involving an illegitimate child would have been catastrophic, especially at a time when the royal family was already under intense public scrutiny. The monarchy's ability to remain in power is directly tied to how it is perceived by the public. Any scandal, no matter how small, could shake public confidence in the royal family. And for King Charles, who had already faced significant challenges in his personal life, this secret son could have been the tipping point. An affair, a secret child, and the potential for a broken marriage all painted a picture that the royal family could not afford to make public. The monarchy was going through enough turmoil with the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage, and the idea of a hidden child would have been too much to bear. The political consequences of revealing such a secret would have been immense. As the heir to the British throne, King Charles' actions could have directly affected the monarchy's future. A secret child could have complicated the line of succession, especially if there were doubts about the child's legitimacy or place in the royal family. If the secret son were to be revealed and accepted into the royal fold, it could have created a conflict with other heirs. Would the child have had a claim to the throne? Would there have been a struggle for power within the royal family? These are questions that would have undermined the stability of the monarchy and could have had serious constitutional ramifications. At the time, the royal family needed unity, not division. Exposing such a secret could have jeopardized that unity, threatening the stability of the monarchy for generations. King Charles's personal life was far from straightforward. His marriage to Princess Diana was fraught with tension, and his affair with Camilla Parker Bowles was widely known and discussed by the media. But even beyond these well-documented issues, there were personal feelings at play. King Charles's decision to keep the son a secret may have been influenced by a desire to protect his family, and particularly his children. Revealing the existence of another child, especially one from a relationship outside of his marriage to Diana, would have caused further strain between him and his children, William and Harry. There was also the matter of his own emotional state. Charles was under enormous pressure, both from his public duties and from his personal life. Keeping this secret might have been an effort to maintain some semblance of control in a life that felt increasingly out of his hands. The hidden child's life and impact. The life of the secret son, assuming he existed, would have been one of extreme secrecy. Raised away from the public eye, he would have likely been kept away from the royal spotlight entirely. While there are no confirmed details about his upbringing, it's possible that he was given a private education, shielded from the intense media attention that the royal family often faces. His life would have been vastly different from that of his half-siblings, William and Harry. Unlike them, he would have been kept hidden, with no public appearances or official titles. It's even possible that he grew up unaware of his true parentage, given the strict measures the royal family would have taken to keep the secret. Being kept a secret would have undoubtedly taken a toll on the child, especially as he grew older. The knowledge that his existence was concealed from the world could have led to feelings of isolation and confusion. Would he have ever learned the truth about his father? And how would that knowledge have shaped his relationship with King Charles, his family, and even the British public? The emotional strain of living in secrecy cannot be underestimated. For a child who was denied the opportunity to know his father fully, the psychological impact could have been profound. How did the child cope with growing up without public recognition or connection to the royal family? The royal family is known for its strong public image, but behind the scenes, their relationships are not always as perfect as they appear. Keeping such a secret could have strained the dynamics within the family. King Charles's relationships with his children, William and Harry, would have likely been affected by the knowledge of a secret child. How did they feel about the secrecy? And what did it mean for their relationship with their father? These are questions that remain unanswered, but the impact on the family's closeness and trust would have been undeniable. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden truths and untold stories. There's always more to discover.
Queen Elizabeth was the longest-serving monarch in British history.
For 3 whole years, Queen Elizabeth's tomb stayed locked and hidden. No one knew what was inside or what secrets it might hold. It was like a mystery that no one could solve. But then, after all that time, the tomb was finally opened, and what they found inside was beyond anything anyone could have imagined. It wasn't just old stuff from the past. There were things that made people gasp in surprise. Some objects were unexpected, and some things were so strange that they made everyone question what they thought they knew. The world had always wondered what was inside. And now, the truth was finally out. What was uncovered in that tomb sent shockwaves through the world, leaving people speechless and amazed. The things they found were so powerful, they made history feel like it had just been rewritten. Why was the tomb opened? After 3 years of silence, the tomb of Queen Elizabeth II was finally opened, sparking a flurry of excitement and curiosity worldwide. But why was it opened in the first place? There were several reasons behind this highly significant decision, all of which were tied to scientific study, preservation, and royal protocol. First, there were concerns about the condition of the tomb and her remains. As is common with royal burials, tombs are meant to be preserved for future generations. But as time passes, natural forces, such as moisture, temperature fluctuations, and even air quality, can affect the body and artifacts. With Queen Elizabeth's tomb sealed for 3 years, experts needed to check on its condition to ensure that everything was intact and that the Queen's legacy would be preserved for history. Additionally, scientific study played a key role. Over time, the study of royal burials has become an important field of research. Experts wanted to assess how the body and the artifacts within the tomb had aged. Modern techniques like forensic science and imaging allow us to understand how bodies decompose over time, even under the most ideal conditions. It's not just about preserving the tomb, but learning about the process and what it reveals about history. Moreover, royal protocol dictates that certain aspects of royal burials be checked and updated. As monarchs pass away, their final resting places are managed by a specialized team, which may include royal officials and other experts. The tomb's opening was also a part of this process, a necessary step for maintaining the dignity of the Queen's final resting place. To make sure everything was done with utmost respect and precision, royal family members and government officials were involved. The royal family's approval was crucial to ensure that this was a dignified process. There were also authorities in charge of overseeing the security and integrity of the burial site. Given how sensitive this situation was, only a select few individuals were involved in overseeing the actual tomb opening, ensuring that nothing could go wrong. The speculation and public interest. As news broke that Queen Elizabeth's tomb was going to be opened, the speculation surrounding it reached a fever pitch. The public and media were filled with questions. What would be found inside? Would the Queen's remains be perfectly preserved? Could there be hidden artifacts, letters, or even treasures that we didn't know about? People couldn't help but wonder what secrets her tomb might hold. Many speculated that the tomb would reveal more about the Queen's life than we could have ever imagined. Would there be personal items tucked away with her? Would royal artifacts that we had never seen before come to light? The world seemed ready for the unveiling of hidden details about the Queen's life, legacy, and reign. There were also concerns about the condition of the Queen's remains. Would time have taken its toll on her? Given how many royal tombs are opened after centuries, people wondered if Queen Elizabeth's tomb would have a similar fate. The public was expecting the tomb to reveal whether her remains had been carefully preserved, just as the royal family would have wished. The excitement was also driven by the mystery of what experts would discover. Experts in preservation, forensic science, and archaeology had been entrusted with the task of studying the tomb, and their involvement raised many questions. Would they find anything unexpected, something that could alter the way we see Queen Elizabeth's legacy? The role of forensic experts and archaeologists. To open a royal tomb is no simple task. It requires the expertise of a diverse team of professionals, including forensic scientists, archaeologists, and conservationists. Each of them played a crucial role in making sure the process was safe, respectful, and scientifically valuable. Forensic experts were involved to ensure that the Queen's remains were handled with the utmost care. They used advanced techniques to assess the condition of her body. These methods included imaging technology and scientific analysis to study how her body had aged. They needed to confirm whether any natural decay had occurred and to assess whether the tomb's environment had caused any damage. Archaeologists were on hand to study the tomb's structure and layout. They had to ensure that the opening of the tomb would not damage the historical artifacts or the burial site itself. Royal tombs are typically intricate, with layers of symbolism and history in every stone and artifact. The role of archaeologists was not just to study the Queen's remains, but to investigate the tomb as a whole, understanding its place in royal history. Conservationists also played a critical role in this process. They helped preserve the integrity of the tomb and the artifacts inside, ensuring that everything was treated with care and respect. Their job was to make sure that the tomb could be safely opened without any risk of further damage. Each of these experts worked together to handle the delicate situation, ensuring that nothing was left to chance. The opening was about more than just opening a tomb. It was about understanding history, preserving it, and respecting the Queen's legacy. The shocking discoveries. When the tomb was finally opened, the condition of Queen Elizabeth II's remains and the surrounding tomb were key areas of focus. Would her body have decayed? Would her royal tomb show signs of wear and tear from the passage of time? As the experts cautiously examined the site, the world held its breath. The first surprise came when it was revealed that the Queen's body had been exceptionally well preserved. While natural decomposition is inevitable, the combination of careful embalming and the controlled environment of the tomb helped maintain her appearance. There were no signs of major decay, which was a relief to those involved in the process. It seemed that the royal protocols surrounding her burial had done their job in keeping her remains intact. As for the tomb itself, it showed some signs of wear, but nothing alarming. The stone had weathered naturally, but there were no major cracks or structural issues. Experts were pleased with the tomb's preservation, and this confirmed that the royal burial practices were indeed effective in safeguarding the Queen's final resting place. The most surprising discovery, however, was how well preserved her clothing and accessories had remained. The Queen was dressed in a ceremonial robe, and though time had passed, the fabric had not shown any significant signs of deterioration. This discovery left experts amazed at the durability of the materials used in her burial. Additionally, forensic experts confirmed that the body inside the tomb was, without a doubt, Queen Elizabeth II. Using various identification methods, including DNA analysis, they were able to verify her identity. There was no mistaking it. The Queen's remains had been safely secured within the tomb, and the world could now rest assured of that fact. Artifacts or personal items found. As the tomb was carefully explored, a number of artifacts and personal items were found alongside the Queen's remains. These items included her crown, ceremonial scepter, and a few personal letters that she had kept close to her heart. The crown was perhaps the most surprising find. It was carefully preserved, and the condition of the jewels was striking. It was clear that the royal family had taken every measure to ensure that these important items were protected during the burial. Among the other items found was a small box containing letters and personal notes. These letters were not just ceremonial, but seemed to hold a more personal significance. They revealed the Queen's thoughts and feelings, giving the world a rare glimpse into her private life. Some of the letters even seemed to be from close family members, offering heartfelt words of remembrance. Experts were fascinated by the items that accompanied the Queen. The findings deepened the understanding of her as a person, more than just a monarch. They showed a side of her that few had known, making her story even more compelling and human. Unexpected discoveries. The most unexpected discoveries came from the tomb's hidden details. While the Queen's remains and her artifacts were expected, there were surprises in the way everything had been preserved. Some of the tomb's preservation methods left experts in awe. One of the most surprising discoveries was the advanced techniques used to preserve the Queen's remains. The methods used were far more sophisticated than anyone had expected, with some experts suggesting that the techniques used were so ahead of their time that they could change how we think about royal burials. Additionally, there were minor details hidden within the tomb's design that had never been seen before. Some of these elements were symbolic, showcasing her long reign and the respect she commanded as monarch. These small but meaningful surprises only added to the tomb's mystique. For many, these discoveries provided new insights into Queen Elizabeth II's legacy and the royal traditions that shaped her life. The more experts discovered, the clearer it became that her reign had left a profound impact, not just on Britain, but on the world. What the discovery means for history. The discoveries from the tomb have profound implications for history. They provide new insights into Queen Elizabeth II's life, reign, and legacy. These findings help to shape how the world will remember her, and may even alter the historical narrative about her time on the throne. The opening of her tomb shows how history is still being written, even long after a monarch has passed. It also raises questions about how future royal burials will be approached. Will modern technology and preservation techniques change how we view and treat royal tombs in the future? The discovery of new details about Queen Elizabeth's life invites us to reconsider the way we understand her place in history. As the secrets of Queen Elizabeth's tomb come to light, one thing is clear. History is full of surprises that can change everything we thought we knew. The discoveries made that day will be talked about for generations. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next, because who knows what other shocking truths are still waiting to be uncovered. Stay tuned. King Charles and Queen Camilla's forbidden love affair started from friendship, which eventually led to marriage, despite the controversies surrounding their relationship. Some of these controversies also revolve around Camilla's status as the future queen. But now, King Charles has made an announcement about Camilla's position in the palace, which could potentially change her status. This would lead to several questions about the future of the royal family. What is this announcement? And how exactly does it affect the future of the royal family? Join us as we reveal the huge announcement that King Charles made about Queen Camilla, the royal announcement. King Charles has just made an announcement regarding Queen Camilla, which has stirred a lot of reactions from both the royal family and the public. This announcement brought about a lot of changes in the role Camilla has to play within the monarchy. This announcement further established her title as Queen Consort and her growing responsibilities alongside Charles. In his statement, King Charles emphasized his commitment to supporting Camilla as she continues her royal duties. This decision is important not only as a personal acknowledgement of their marriage, but also as a strategic move to redefine the monarchy in the public eye. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022, the royal family underwent a significant transition. Prince Charles, her eldest son and the longest-serving heir apparent, immediately ascended the throne as King Charles III, marking a significant shift after decades of Queen Elizabeth's reign. This change brought in a fresh perspective and approach within the royal family. With King Charles now at the helm, Camilla was formally acknowledged as Queen Consort, highlighting her crucial role alongside him. This important moment is indicated by Charles's emphasis on service and community engagement, to silence the sentiments shared during his early years of public life. The couple's focus on charitable initiatives is evident, with Camilla actively championing causes like domestic violence awareness and literacy programs. their joint efforts reflect a major shift in how the royal family engages with the public. The couple has made significant strides in fostering a more relatable and approachable image. You will not believe the reaction of the public. Keep following. The public reactions to the announcement have been positive, with many praising Camilla's dedication to her royal duties and charitable work. Her ability to connect with people from various backgrounds has played a critical role in reshaping her public image. Furthermore, their marriage shows a modern monarchy that acknowledges past controversies while looking toward the future. Also, the media reactions to this news is quite fascinating, as the opinions and comments varied. Supporters applaud this as a sign of progressive leadership, acknowledging Camilla's growth and her contributions to various causes. However, critics remained skeptical, pointing to the history of their relationship and the controversies that have surrounded it in the past. Among the royal experts, discussions emerged about whether this move would solidify Camilla's place in the monarchy, or if the public would continue to contend with her controversial past. As royal analysts analyzed the situation, they noted that this could mark a turning point for the monarchy. Many believe that Charles's decision reflects a desire to modernize the royal image, moving away from the old perceptions that have plagued the family. Peradventure, the implications of this announcement will pave the way for a new era in royal history. It is a notable interest that the public opinion has shifted dramatically over the past 2 decades. Polls indicate a growth in 2017, during an important moment at a public engagement where Camilla spoke candidly about her experiences with domestic abuse, which solidified her commitment to raising awareness about such critical issues. This authenticity proved vital in shifting public perceptions. Interestingly, her marriage to Charles allowed her to represent the modern royal pattern, harmonizing tradition with progressive values. As the couple's love story grew, their dedication to environmental causes gained momentum, with Charles often highlighting Camilla's support in his speeches. Together, they began to represent a new era for the monarchy, one that focused on compassion and service. The acceptance of the monarchy, particularly among younger generations, who value the authenticity and engagement of their leaders. Charles and Camilla's marriage is now seen as a testament to love's endurance, a narrative that matches with a society increasingly prioritizing emotional connections. The implications of this announcement are profound. Will Charles and Camilla continue to change the narrative of the monarchy's role in British life? As they take on more significant responsibilities, their marriage will set the tone for future generations of royals. The challenge lies in balancing tradition with the expectations of a diverse and evolving public. As King Charles and Queen Camilla embark on this new chapter, they carry with them the hopes of a nation ready for change. Their story is one of resilience, love, and the promise of a modern monarchy that embraces the complexities of contemporary life. The royal couple's vision may not only uphold their legacy, but also inspire a renewed connection between the monarchy and the British people. As they take on greater responsibilities, there is a sense of anticipation about the impact their leadership will have on future generations of royals and the evolving nature of the British monarchy. King Charles's bold decision regarding Queen Camilla has altered the way of the royal family. The love story of the amazing British couple did not start out of the blues, as there was backlash and controversies behind their sweet story. How did their love grow over the years? Keep watching to find out. Camilla's past and royal connections. Love is generally believed to be a beautiful thing. It is a thing of joy when a couple recounts their love story. The story of King Charles and Queen Camilla began long before their marriage, tracing back to their early years. Their connection, which began in the early 1970s, sparked a relationship that would come to symbolize both resilience and controversy. At a polo match, the young Charles first met Camilla Shand, a spirited woman with a distinct charm that captivated him. Little did they know that this chance encounter would lay the groundwork for a complex relationship filled with both joy and heartache. Camilla Rosemary Shand was born on July 17, 1947, into an upper-middle class in King's College Hospital, London. Her parents, Major Bruce Shand and Rosalind Cubitt, welcomed their second child into a family steeped in British aristocracy. Her upbringing was relatively privileged. She attended prestigious schools, including Queensgate School and the University of London, where she studied English. This background provided her with a strong foundation and influences became pivotal in shaping her character. Growing up in a society that valued lineage, she developed a keen understanding of her social environment. When she crossed paths with Prince Charles, then the heir to the British throne, their instant